Today, we're going to be talking about the 2023 global launch date for Harley Davidson's new models. Hi, I'm Mike, and I do videos covering a lot of Harley Davidson related news, similar to this video, so if you want to stay updated and see more videos like this in the future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and set the bell notification to all so you don't miss any of those future videos. Now let's get into the 3 things you need to know related to the global launch event and when it is happening. 1. What we will see before the launch. Early January, carryover models will probably start showing up at the dealerships. This has been the pattern over the last few years. Dealers start posting videos on YouTube of the models they are receiving prior to the actual global launch date. I would describe those models as carryover models, and they're essentially a model that is basically the same as previous years, meaning no changes in the motor size or any other notable improvements that are specific to that model. They'll just get new paint colors. Carryover models will be the Sportsters, the Adventure Touring Pan Americas, cruisers like the Fat Boy, the Fat Bob, the Street Bob that already have the 114. I don't expect to see any new models that were running the 107 engine, as I think it is dead. 2. What we'll see at the launch event is probably a 40 to 45 minute presentation like years in the past, where Harley Davidson tells you a grand story about the company and they try to sell you on the brand as much as they do the motorcycles themselves. As someone that bought my first Harley 20 years ago, I don't get that excited about that part of the launch. They're trying to sell me on something that I already have. But I have come to realize that not every Harley Davidson owner has had that experience. I have dozens of friends that ride, and we ride together. We celebrate holidays together. We take riding vacations together. We're what I like to refer to as a family. We share a bond with riding that most don't understand. And this love for the open road is not exclusive to Harley riders. I just think Harley Davidson does a better job of selling it and embracing it. With the launch of the Pan America, Harley built a story about how adventure motorcycling is in their DNA, going back to the early years when Harleys were used off-road. With this being the 120th anniversary, I am sure the story will be more about the history and everything that they have accomplished in the last 120 years. They will showcase models that have gotten updates, such as moving up to the 114 motor or maybe other significant changes. I hear a rumor about maybe a change coming to the touring line. Of course, with this being the 120th anniversary of Harley Davidson, we can expect to see some anniversary edition motorcycles as well as the CVOs being announced at this global launch. I hope we'll see the Pan American 975 during the launch. This motorcycle is intended to be a 2022 model, and we did not get it in 2022. So hopefully Harley is taking the time to flesh this bike out and get it right. Harley seemed to get it right with the Pan America at launch, and it checked a lot of boxes on paper. There were a few bugs with it, and that's to be expected with the first edition motorcycle like the Dirt Glide. 3. What we won't see during this launch is any mention of the models that are being discontinued. Harley has already acknowledged that they are not producing any more Evo powered Sportster, and the last one came off the assembly line and was signed by all the employees and will now be on display. Now rumors are that other models with the 107 engine have been canceled, like the Softail Standard, the Road King, and the Electric Glide. But as I mentioned in a video recently, the question is if these models are actually canceled, or will they just get a 114 motor and be called a new name, or will they just be an anniversary edition only this year, kind of like when the Fat Boy became the Fat Boy 114. That would explain why we won't see them before the global launch and why dealers can't order them yet. We won't see anything about the Livewire now that it has been spun off into a separate division, which Harley Davidson still owns most of the stock for. I don't think a lot of the Harley core customers care that much for the EV motorcycle, and I have my own thoughts on why the Livewire is a waste of time, but EV was a big ticket for the current CEO, back when he was only on the board of directors. We won't see the Icon or Enthusiast models that are released every year. Those models will likely come in separate announcements later in the year. In the past, we got the Electric Glide Revival and now the El Diablo as Icon models. Is it too early to speculate on what will be the Icon model for 2023? In 2022, we got our first new official Enthusiast model. The GI models that Harley released were essentially special paint schemes. This makes me wonder, why wasn't the limited edition Arctic Blast considered an Enthusiast model, part of the Enthusiast collection? We may never know why Harley Davidson does some of the things they do, but the good news is we do know when they're going to do the 2023 global launch event. Hey guys, I want to take just a quick second here and thank one of the new supporters of the channel. If you're ever in an accident and you live in Missouri or Kansas, you need to call Ben Schmidt. He's a personal injury attorney, so it doesn't matter if it's a motorcycle or car accident, he's going to look out for you. Ben is not just an attorney though, he's an avid motorcyclist and he is supporting motorcycle events here in Missouri and Kansas as well. Before I tell you the global launch date, I want you to leave me a comment. Let me know down below which models you are most excited to see in 2023 at the global launch event. The global launch event is going to be in January on a Wednesday, the 18th. So in about 6 weeks, we will get answers to what models are actually canceled and which ones are getting a change and being kept a secret till the 18th. You can find me on other social media platforms where I share other types of content if you're into that. Thank you for all your support. Check out the video below because YouTube thinks that's the video you're going to like best from my channel. And you stay safe and keep on riding.